भट्ट रघुनाथ, श्री जीव गोपाल भट्टदास रघुनाथ, शारद गोसाई प्रभु की जय। श्री स्वरूप दामोदर राय रामानंदारी श्री गौर पार्षद वृंद की जय। नाम जय श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवासरी गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री क्षेत्र मंडल गौरमंडल व्रजमंडल मथुर वृंदावन धाम की जय। सर्व अभिष्ट पदार्थ गिरिराज महाराज की जय। श्री राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड की जय। श्री यमुना देवी गंगा देवी की जय। श्री तुलसी महारानी वृंद देवी की जय। श्री भक्ति देवी की जय। श्री पूर्णमासी योगमाया की जय। श्री गोपेश्वर महादेव की जय। श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। जय श्री सच्चिद आनंद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की जय। Hey, where's my Śaraṇāgati? Jai. His Śaraṇāgati Kirtans ki Jai. Jai. His Kalyana Kalpataru, Geetavali and Geetamala ki Jai. Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki Jai. Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai. Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo. Hare Krishna. Let's start the Mangala Charan. Oh, and for those of you who are wondering why, for those of you on YouTube and Facebook, I did do the full Jaidvani, but I forgot to connect it with Zoom, and so that's why, yeah, that's why the video started late. All right. अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। गुरुवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकायै तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। श्रीसिद्धान्तसरस्वतीति विदितो कोडियगुर्वन्वये भातो भानुरिव प्रभात गगने योगोरसंकीर्तनाय मायावारतिमिङ्गिलो दरगतान् उद्धृत्य जीवन्निमान् कृष्णप्रेमसुधाब्धिगाहन सुखं प्राधात् प्रभुं तं भजे। वन्दे भक्तिविनोदं श्रीगौरशक्तिस्वरूपकं भक्तिशास्त्रज्ञसम्राजं राधारससुधानिधिं नमो भक्तिविनोदाय सच्चिदानन्दनामिने गौरशक्तिस्वरूपाय रूपानुगवरायते श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। वृषभानुसुतान्वितवामतनुं यमुनातटनागरनन्दसुतं मुरलीकलगीतविनोदपरं भज गोद्रुमकाननकुञ्जविदुं स्मर गौरगदाधरकेलिकलं भवगौरगदाधरपक्षचर शृणु गौरगदाधरचारुकथं भज गोद्रुमकाननकुञ्जविदुं तवैवास्मि न जीवामि त्वया विना इति विज्ञाय देवी त्वां नायमां चरणान्तिकाम्। भक्त्या विहीना अपराधलक्षय क्षिप्ताश्च कामादितराङ्गमध्ये कृपामयि त्वां शरणं प्रपन्ना वृन्दे नमस्ते चरणारविन्दम्। भज श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासरि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Dandavat pranams, everybody. Let's see all who is there. Dandavat pranams, Niri Hari Prabhu and Bhavatarani Mataji, Sarveshwari Mataji, Archana Didi, Anadi Krishna Prabhu, Guru Nishta Prabhu, Champak Mataji, Madhavendra Puri Prabhu, Anjali Didi, Goranga Prabhu, and who else? Let's see, YouTube and, oh shoot, there. Rupmanjali Didi, it's been a while, Haribol, and Nitai. And there are some other people watching, but there aren't comments, so I don't know who you are. But pranams to everybody. And also pranams to everybody watching in the future. All right, so one second. Let me just get this on the other screen. All right, okay, got this all set up. Let me find myself there. All right. So welcome to I think this is the 18th session of our Bhaktivinoda-gīti-dhārā program. We are on song 11, if I'm correct, and also it's song 6 of the Ātma-nivedanātmikā section. We're going through the song Mānasa, Deha, Geha, Jo Kichumor. So our program is divided into 4 parts. First, we will read the glories of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Then we'll read some words from our acharyas or speak something on the topic of Śaraṇāgati. We'll go through Srila Bhakti-Rakshak Goswami Maharaj's definition verse of the limb that we're on. We're on Ātma-nivedanātmikā. So, and then we will go through the song and sing it. Mānasa Deha Geha. And actually today is the last day of reading this article by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta, where we've reached the end of this article by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, written in, for the harmonist, he wrote it in English in 1931. Where is it? Okay, so I didn't read this beforehand, so I usually need to read Srila Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada's things once beforehand just to get it, because he has very high-class English. It's above my level. Anyhow, hopefully I don't get stuck too much. Let's try this. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's prediction, the religious unity of the world. Thakur Bhaktivinoda has predicted the consummation of religious unity of the world by the appearance of the only universal church, which bears the eternal designation of the Brahma Sampradaya. He has given mankind the blessed assurance that all theistic churches will shortly merge in the one eternal spiritual community by the grace of the Supreme Lord, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. The spiritual community is not circumscribed. What's circumscribed mean? Restricted, limited. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so the spiritual community is not circumscribed, limited, or by the conditions of time and space, race and nationality. Yes, the spiritual community is not circumscribed by the conditions of time and space, race and nationality. Mankind had been looking forward to this far-off divine event through the long ages. Thakur Bhaktivinoda has made the conception available in its practicable spiritual form to the open-minded empiricist who is prepared to undergo the process of enlightenment. The keystone of the ark has been laid, which will afford the needed shelter to all awakened animation under its ample encircling arms. Oh, beautiful, huh? Those who had thoughtlessly allowed their hollow pride of race, pseudo-knowledge, or pseudo-virtue to stand in the way of this long hoped-for consummation would have to thank only themselves for not being incorporated in the spiritual society of all pure souls. These plain words need not be misrepresented by arrogant persons who are full of the vanity of empiric ignorance as the pronouncements of aggressive sectarianism. The aggressive pronouncement of the concrete truth is the crying necessity of the moment for silencing the aggressive propaganda of specific untruths that is being carried on all over the world by the preachers of empiric contrivances. Contrivances for the amelioration of the hard lot of conditioned souls. Oh, wait, let me just try to understand this. The aggressive pronouncement of the concrete truth is the crying necessity of the moment for silencing the aggressive propaganda of specific untruths that is being carried on all over the world by the preachers of empiric contrivances. Contrivance is the use of a skill to bring something about or create something. Okay. For the amelioration means for the improvement, the betterment. Yeah, okay. Of the hard lot of conditioned souls. So there are people, yeah, okay. The empiric propaganda, so I think this is like people who are going, who are trying to make their lives better, make the conditioned souls' lives better by in material ways, which will only entangle them further in material life. But it's not going to do anything to help them get out of this material world. So the aggressive pronouncement of the concrete truth is a crying necessity to silence this aggressive propaganda of people just trying to entangle them more and more in material life, right? I think so. The empiric propaganda clothes itself in the language of negative abstraction for deluding those who are engrossed in the selfish pursuit of worldly enjoyment. But there is a positive and concrete function of the pure soul which should not be perversely confounded with any utilitarian form of worldly activity. Mankind stands in need of that positive spiritual function of which the hypocritical and personalists are in absolute ignorance. The positive function of the soul harmonizes the claims of extreme selfishness with those of extreme self-abnegation in the society of pure souls, even in this mundane world. In its concrete, realizable form, the function is perfectly inaccessible to the empiric understanding. Its imperfect and misleading conception alone is available by the study of the scriptures. Its imperfect and misleading conception alone is available by the study of the scriptures to the conditioned soul that is not helped by the causeless grace of the pure devotees of Godhead. Okay, so that is the end of this article by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. And there is a recording of me singing, like reading this out nicely. Like this time I wasn't able to read it very carefully, but at the, if you go back to, I have a Raise the Harmonist YouTube channel. And if you go to the second video, the first video, I was also trying to figure out every sentence. And then in the second video, I'd understood it. And by now I've kind of forgotten everything. And so now I'm having to like, yeah. But in the second video, I read it all pretty smoothly, I think. Yeah, when I listen to it. But yeah, it's been 18 days on this topic of how we have no access to Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's teachings through our own effort. We'll just delude ourselves if we think we can understand his teachings. But no, it's only by surrendering ourselves to the pure devotee who is completely following Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's teachings, and by their mercy, his teachings will be revealed to us. They're a transcendental thing. They are beyond the grasp of the senses, so they have to be revealed in the heart. So yeah, 18 days of this. Very, very amazing. So I don't know what we're going to read in the next session about Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. There's so many different articles by our acharyas. If anybody has recommendations, let me know. Okay, so now Śaraṇāgati Katha from our acharyas. I didn't get anything ready here, but I just wanted, yesterday, I kind of had an idea of what I wanted to say, but because I hadn't thought about it, I wasn't able to connect everything together. But basically, like in Srila Bhakti, and these kirtans of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur that we've been going through, there sometimes he would be praying for the Lord to not judge him and ignore his faults and give his mercy to him. And then in some kirtans, he was saying, you know, like in the last kirtan, he's saying, after, you know, giving me judgment, after considering my offenses, punish me, and I will suffer those punishments in this material, in this samsara. And so it seems to be a contradiction, right? Like he was just saying the opposite before. And so then I was, and then I saw these quotes from Srila Sridhar Goswami Maharaj about mercy and judgment. And it just seemed, there seemed to be contradictions, because then there's other quotes from Srila Sridhar Goswami Maharaj where he's talking about how he like he's ready for the judgment. So yeah, just to harmonize these contradictions, seeming contradictions, they're not contradictions, but I think there are two things. There is, okay, so there's judgment and mercy, and there's the justice and mercy, not judgment. Well, judgment, justice, same thing, right? So justice, there's a justice that the devotee gladly accepts, and then there's the justice that the devotee does not want. And then there is the mercy that the devotee gladly accepts, and then there's the mercy that the devotee doesn't want. So there's two categories. Justice they want, justice they don't want, mercy they want, mercy they don't want. And so in the first category, justice that the devotee gladly accepts. So yeah, the devotee is fully ready to take on all of the results of his karma. In fact, we read yesterday how Vasudeva Datta, he prayed to Mahaprabhu that he wanted to take all the karma of everyone in the universe, and so that everybody would be delivered, and then he would suffer for eternity. All the karma of every living being in this universe. So yeah, the devotee is not, they want it, they're totally happy to suffer their karma. And Srila Sridhar Goswami Maharaj, I wanted to read this quote yesterday, but I didn't get the time. I mean, we've read it before recently, but I'm just going to read it right now. He says, but the Shraddha, or pure attraction, he has acquired for me, that my devotee has acquired for me, is of eternal nature. It cannot be subdued or cut off by any mundane or ordinary attempt. Despite undergoing so many sufferings, he goes on remembering me. His thinking, aspiration, and earnestness is for me. And the more he is compelled to suffer from the pressure of the environment, a firmness in me becomes more and more sure, and finally invulnerable. And by standing the test of all these trials, he will stand and grow beyond the jurisdiction of these mundane forces. He'll stand and grow beyond the jurisdiction of these mundane forces. The more pressure comes from outside, the more firmness he feels in the necessity of my help to him. At that time, he turns his back to all the pains of the world, and he keeps me in front. He begins to move onward. Whatever happens to me, I can't complain. It is in my master's jurisdiction whether he sees fit for me to undergo these trials or not. But I won't leave my new ideal. I can't. Whatever may come, it may happen. Never mind. Still, he abuses himself. What have I done? What have I done? It is rather justice that I should be tormented and troubled in such a way. It is not wrong. Really, just dealings have come to be exercised over me. Why should I have committed this wrong? I entered this wrong alliance, entered into the tribe of the Gundas for exploitation. The reaction that is coming to me is well and good. He blames himself. He does not blame the environment for troubling him, but he sees a concentration camp within. He blames his own self, his own free will and fate. That becomes the nature of his temperament at that time. He does not look to place the fault on the shoulders of others, but he takes the whole burden. Yes, the environment is doing justice to me, the traitor, the ambitious, the oppressor of the environment. When he's in such consciousness, his bhakti yoga or devotional engagement becomes more and more intense. The intensity of his progress accelerates. Okay, so that's an example of, this is the justice that the devotee gladly accepts. Okay, now what's the justice that the devotee does not want? So for all the offenses that us jivas have made to the Lord, it would seem that we would never get the Lord's association, never come in contact with Krishna consciousness. Like if somebody repeatedly does terrible things to you, or even worse, if somebody says horrible things about your mother, then you're not going to want to have to do anything with that person. So we've made offenses to the Lord, and even worse, to the Lord's devotees in countless lifetimes. So if justice was served to us, we wouldn't have the opportunity to come in contact with Krishna consciousness and Krishna's devotees. But yesterday we heard that example, how Putana got an exalted position even though she tried to kill the Lord. And we read that quote from, we read an excerpt from Srila Srila Goswami Maharaj. I'm just taking a part of the excerpt that we read. Okay, so in Sri Guru and His Grace, Srila Srila Goswami Maharaj says, Uddhav is recognized as the principal devotee of the Lord, and his statement about mercy is found in the Srimad Bhagavatam 3.2.23. Aho bakiyam stanakalakutam jigham sayapayayad apyasadvi lebhe gatim dhatruchitam tatonyam kamva dayalum sharanam vrajemam. So Uddhav says, where else should I surrender? How can I surrender to anyone more merciful than Krishna? When I find that the demoness Putana, in the garb of maternal affection, went to kill Krishna, but instead received such a wonderful benediction that she was given a higher post as one of Krishna's mothers, my Lord is so merciful, so benevolent. Where else should I surrender? Her poisoned breast was put into the mouth of the infant child Krishna. So, and even though she tried to kill Krishna, she was blessed with such a high and affectionate post. So how can we measure his grace, his infinite mercy? His ways and mercy are beyond all expectations. Rather than treating her with justice, we find just the opposite. He showed magnanimous behavior towards his greatest enemy. He showed magnanimous behavior towards his greatest enemy. So beyond justice, there is mercy. And there's such, there is a part missing here. I don't know, it got messed up. But so beyond justice, there's mercy, and such a degree of mercy, such a quality and intensity of mercy that it cannot be measured. Uddhav prays, where should I find such a standard of grace as this? I must fall flat at the divine feet of Lord Krishna. Why should any man of intelligence not run to fall flat at the feet of such a magnanimous personality as Krishna? His nature is that of the highest love. And also we have the story of Mukunda, right? And we read this in Chaitanya Bhagavat. When the Lord rejected, when Mahaprabhu rejected, he's giving praying to everybody, but he didn't give to Mukunda. And then the devotees were begging the Lord to give mercy to Mukunda, and then the Lord said, I won't give him mercy. I don't remember all the details, but he said, finally he said, he said that, no, I'll never give mercy to Mukunda, something like that. And then they went to Mukunda, and the devotees again went to the Lord to petition on Mukunda's behalf. And then the Lord said, I will give mercy to Mukunda. How did he say it? It's something like as many leaves as there is on the tree, something like that. That many lifetimes or something like that. I can't remember the details, but as soon as no, I think it was even more extreme than that. Anyways, when Mukunda heard, then I will give Mukunda my mercy or my association. God, I have such a bad memory. But anyways, when Mukunda heard that, then he is jumping up in joy, like, and so this is the only yeah. So but the justice that the devotee doesn't want is that so even if it takes millions of lifetimes, that's okay for the devotee, but to real justice would be to never have the Lord's association. And that's the justice that we don't want. So when Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur in that kirtan that we sang before, when he was saying, please give up all consideration of my faults, and like that, this is what he's talking about. So now here is the mercy that the devotees do want, and we've been all throughout these songs in so many different ways. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has been expressing what was it? Tua jana sange, tua katarange, what is it? Mati rahu charane tuhar. I always wanted to be in the association of your devotees and always absorbed in the bliss of your Hari Katha, and so that I may always remember your lotus feet. And like in so many different ways, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is praying for these things all throughout the Śaraṇāgati Kirtan. So this is the mercy that Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is praying for. But the mercy that the devotee does not want are that's the 4 kinds of liberation. Well, there's 5 kinds of liberation. We went over it yesterday, right? There's what is it? Samipya, Sarshti. Anyways, to be on the same planet as to have the same opulence as the Lord, to be on the same planet as the Lord, to the four different kinds of liberation. And so, I mean, the devotee might accept those 4 kinds of liberation for serving Krishna. But it's not what the devotee is praying for. And actually, the Lord says in Srimad Bhagavatam, we went over this verse. He said that Diya manam, even if I personally offer it to him, Diya manam na grinanti, the devotee does not accept it, vina mat sevanam jana, without service to me. And so the devotee only wants service to the Lord wherever it may be. It may be in Goloka Vrindavan, or it may be in the hellish planets. Doesn't make a difference. The devotee only cares about service to the Lord, and the devotee wants to always be absorbed in the Lord and be in the association of the Lord's devotees. And so, yeah, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has been expressing this in so many different ways. But yeah, this is the basic thing what Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is praying for throughout his Śaraṇāgati songs. So now, whenever we see in these prayers, when Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says "Tarayite," like please deliver me, or in any prayers of devotees, when they say please deliver me, they aren't saying deliver me from suffering. Actually, Kunti Devi, she even prays for calamities to come again and again, for suffering, right? The prayer is, one second, let me just, I got it open here. Okay, so Kunti Devi says, Vipada santuta shashvat tatra jagar kuro bhavato darshanam yatsyad apunar bhavadarshanam. So Kunti Devi prays, I wish that all those calamities would happen again and again, so that we could see you again and again. For seeing you means that we will no longer see repeated births and deaths. So, yes. The devotee prays for calamities to come. And we'll go over this kirtan. Tomar sevai dukkha hoy jato, sheo to paramasuka. All the suffering that comes to me is the ultimate happiness. It's the paramasuk. Tomar, all the suffering that comes to me in service to you, say, that is the ultimate happiness for me. So yeah. All right, let's move on to the song for today. Oh no, first we're going over Srila Goswami Maharaj's
Haribol, Prabhu.
definitions. Yes, Shubhananda Prabhu.
Screen share, Prabhu. Screen is not shared.
Okay, yes, I'm going to do that right now. 1 second.
Prabhu?
Yes.
Just before you go to the next one, because I forget, when you read about the harmonists, this article, what does this mean about the that he
Universal
predict
Church?
that all the United Theistic Church will be all the theistic church will be uniting. They refer to Brahma Sampradaya or refer to general that because it's a golden age. What it refers because in between inside of Gaudiya of Brahma Sampradaya or expand to others.
Oh, like was it
What
referring
is it?
specifically to the Brahma Gaudiya Sampradaya? Like, that's how I understood, like the way I understood it, and anybody can correct me if I'm wrong, is that Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying that, basically he was saying that everybody will come under the umbrella of Mahaprabhu's, like the Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya, like the umbrella of Mahaprabhu's, or the society of Mahaprabhu. So there'll be just one universal church. Because if you look in an impartial way, Mahaprabhu's philosophy is far superior to anything, even just like from a completely neutral perspective. If you actually believe what Mahaprabhu is saying, then there's no way to compare it with other religions. And so everybody will eventually come under this one universal church of Mahaprabhu.
Universal, right.
That's how I understood it. Yeah, that's how I understood it, but I don't know. I also have a really, very difficult time understanding Srila Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada's English. But yeah, that's how I understood it.
All right, thank you.
And I'm just seeing the chats. Yes, Gauranga Prabhu, we will read that article Gauranga Samaj at some point, like soon. Maybe the next reading, what is it? Trayodashi, I think, is when we have our Bhaktivinoda Thakur reading. So yeah. Right. All right, so let's go to just opening up Notion. What happened? Okay, there. Okay, so here is Srila Goswami Maharaj's definition verse of Ātma-nivedanātmikā. Haro dehadishu datma paryantasya samarpanam eva nishesha rupena yatma nikshepa uchyate atmartha cheshta shunyatvam krisharthaika prayasakam apitan nyasta sadhyatva sadhanatvam chatat phalam evam nikshipya chatmanam svanata charanam pujat na karshtum shaknuyachchapi sadatan mayatang bhajet. To summarily offer everything from body and its paraphernalia up to pure soul. So offering everything related to the body and everything related to the body, and even our pure soul itself, onto the lotus feet of Sri Hari is known as Ātma-nivedanātmikā, our full self-surrender. All selfish pursuits are abandoned, and every endeavor is for Krishna alone, and that too, up to the point of completely depending on Krishna for one's personal means and ends. Having thus cast oneself onto the holy lotus feet of one's Lord, one can never be swayed from that position, and he engages in pure devotional service with all his heart forever. Then Krishnayar pitadehasya nirmamasyal nahankrite manasastvat swarupatvam smritam Ātma-nivedanam. Ātma-nivedan is known as a condition of having offered oneself to Krishna solely to satisfy him, while being devoid of possessiveness and false egotism. All right, so the song for today. Mānasa Deha Geho Jo Kichumor Arpilu tua pade Nanda Kishore. Oh, and I didn't read this song beforehand, so I might just opening up this book so that words that I'm not clear on, I can look them up. 1 second, let me just open this up. Okay. So Mānasa, actually, let's just read the translation first once so that we get the flow of the song, and then we'll go through it more slowly. So mind, body, family, and whatever else is mine, I have surrendered at your lotus feet, O youthful son of Nanda. In good fortune and in bad, in life and in death, all my difficulties have absconded by accepting those feet of yours as my shelter. Slay me or protect me as you wish, for you have ownership of your eternal servant. If it is your will that I be born again, then may that birth be in the home of your devotee. May I even take birth as a worm, as long as I remain your devotee. I have no desire for a birth as a Brahma averse to you. I yearn for the association of that devotee who is completely devoid of all desires for worldly enjoyment and liberation. Father, mother, beloved, son, lord, preceptor, and husband, you are everything to me. Bhaktivinoda says, O Khan, please hear me. O Lord of Radha, you are my very life and soul. Okay, so now let's go through the words in the Bengali. So Mānasa means mind, Deha, body, Geha, home. Geha is also like a more common word in Bengali is Griha. Jo means which, Kichu more, whichever is more is mine. So my mind, house, body, Jo Kichu, whatever is more is mine. Arpilu, I have arpan korilam, that I have offered. Arpilu, arpan korilam. Arpilu tua pade. I have offered arpilu tua at your pade, feet. Nanda Kishore. Oh, Nanda Kishore. Something we need to go over, we should probably go over soon. I don't think, what time is it now? We might not get time for it today. Maybe we could go over, yeah. Nah, I don't think we'll get time for it today, but in English, we have prepositions, and in Hindi and Bengali, they're postpositions. So preposition means, like a preposition here would be at your feet, right? At your feet. It comes before, pre. It's positions, pre, before the word. But in Bengali, it's the opposite. It's post position. So it's positioned post the word. So you wouldn't say at your lotus feet, you'd say your lotus feet at. And so that's why the word is pada, means feet, but pade means your feet at. So yeah. So like if we were just doing this word for word, this would be, I offered your feet at. So I have offered my Mānasa, Deha, Geha, Jo Kichumor, whatever I have, Arpilu, I have offered tua pade, at your feet, O Nanda Kishore. Sampade. Sampad means fortune, and sampade means in good fortune. Then vipad means bad fortune, calamity. Vipade means in bad fortune, so the A makes it in. Sampade vipade, in good fortune and in bad. Jivane. Jivan means life, jivane means in life. Maran means death, marane means in death. So in good fortune and in bad. Jivane marane, in life and in death. Daya. Daya means daitva, Daitva means responsibility. So, Daya Mama Gila, all sense of responsibility or anxiety. I think you could say, that's interesting. We didn't really put that in the translation. I have to look at this again. But anyways, all anxiety, all feeling of responsibility, Mama Gila. His Mama means from me, Gila has gone. Tua, your, Opada, those feet of yours, Varane, choosing, accepting. So all sense of responsibility and anxiety, Mama Gila has gone away from me. Having Varane, having accepted Tua Opad, those feet of yours. Those feet. Yeah. So in good fortune and in bad, and in life and in death, all my difficulties have absconded by accepting those feet of yours as my shelter. And it doesn't say as my shelter, that's why I put it in square brackets. Marobi, slay me. Rakobi, protect me. Jo icha tohara. Whatever icha, whatever desire, tohara, whatever desire you have. So as you wish. Marobi, Rakobi, Jo icha tohara. Nitya, and one thing in Bengali is this isn't Bengali, the song that we're singing, but I'm sure this rule applies here as well. But when you talk in the future tense, it can either be what do you say? What is it called? Imperative. Like when you're like instructing somebody, like telling somebody to do something. Like if the future tense has two meanings. If I say, amake kripa korbe, like that would either mean you will give me mercy, or it means give me mercy. Yeah, it has. So this is future tense. It means like it mean you will kill me, you will protect me. But future tense always can also be imperative. Imperative is the right word. So slay me or protect me as you wish. Marobi, Rakobi, Jo icha tuhar, whatever you wish. Nitya dasa prati. Prati means towards. Your nitya das, towards your eternal servant. Tua adhikara. You have, this is your adhikara. This is your, what do you say? Your authority. This is, you have authority over your eternal servant. Slay me or protect me as you wish, for you have ownership of your eternal servant. Jan mao bi moe. If you wish, wait, let me just see this verb here. Jan mao bi. Okay. Okay, so jan mao bi. Janma means to take birth, but this is a causative verb. So it means you may cause to take birth. You may cause me to take birth. So if you want me to take birth, moe means to me. Kind of like tua means yours. Never. I'm not going to get into that. So John Maobi. So if you desire for me to take birth, icha jaditor. Icha means if. Tor, your. Icha, that's your icha. Jadi, tor icha. If that's your icha, your desire, that you make me take birth again, then bhakta grihe, in the home of a devotee. Bhakta grihe. Jani. In Bengali, this would be Jeno. Jeno means, I guess you could say, so that. Janma ho more. Janma, sorry, this is hard to explain when I'm not, like, haven't looked at it yet. So Janma ho, hok, ho means let it be. And more, my. So let this, So if it is your desire that I be born again, janmao bi moi icha jaditor, if that's your desire, icha jaditor, then bhakta grihe, then hok, let it be bhakta grihe. Let it be such, Jani, that it's in that my birth, that my janma, more janma, that my birth is bhakta grihe, in the home of your devotee. Kirta janma hok. Again, this word hok or ho means let it be. Like let me even kita janma. Let me even take a birth, a janma as a kita, as a worm. Oops. Jata tuadas. Jata, as long as tuadas, as I am your servant. Bahir mukh brahma janme nahi ash. Nahi ash. I have no desire, janme, for a birth as Brahma, who is bahirmukh, who is turned away from you, who is averse to you. Fine, I'm happy to take birth as a worm, but may I be your tuadas, your servant. I have no desire to even take birth as Brahma, who is bahirmukh, who is averse to you. Bhukti mukti spriha. Oh wait, there's Srila Shuddha Goswami, right, has a commentary for this. Kita janma ho. Let's read what he says. It's Logu Chandrika Bhashya. He says, let me be born even as a worm. So this sentiment has been expressed by Sri Yamunacharya in his Stotra Ratna, verse 55. Tavadasya sukaika sanginam bhavanishvastvapi kita janma me itarav asateshu masma bud api. No, wait, I think this is supposed to be broken here. Bhurapi me janma chatur mukhatmana. Sorry, I don't know what the meter was for this. I messed this up. Tavadasya sukaika sanginam bhavanishvastvapi kita janmame itarav asateshu masma bhurapi me janma chatur mukhatmana. Whatever. Sorry, guys. Oh Lord, let me take birth even as a worm in the home of those whose sole happiness is your service. O Lord, never let me take birth even as Brahma among those who are averse to you. And so, actually, well, you'll notice most of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's songs are inspired by various verses. Yeah. That would be one of the most exciting things, is when I would be working on a song and then I'd be, hey, this is just a translation of this verse here. And then I'd go and find the verse, and then like that. That's a really, I tried to put those verses also in the songbook. And Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur also writes a full song on this verse from all these verses of Yamunacharya, all these key verses. So, okay. Now, Bhukti mukti spriha bihin je bhakta. So bhukti means enjoyment, mukti means liberation, spriha means desire. Bihin means without. Je, that devotee. Je bhakta, that devotee. So that devotee who is bihin, who is without a spriha, a desire for bhukti and mukti, labhaite tanka sangha anurag. May I attain tanka, his association. And what's anurakta mean? Anurakta, one second. Okay, anurakta means anurag, attachment, loving attachment. Okay, so bhukti mukti spiriha vihin jay bhakta. So that devotee who is completely free, devoid, vihin, of a desire for bhukti and mukti, labhaite. Labhaite means lab korite. Let me obtain tanka, their sangha, their association. And anurakta. How does anurakta fit in there? I don't actually know how Anurakta fits in there. Let me see the translation I give here. I'm always eager to obtain the association of devotees who are completely devoid of all desire for mundane enjoyment and liberation. Oh, Anurakta. Maybe. I think that like I'm filled with eagerness, attachment for that. Yes, I got it. Yeah. It's Anurakta means I yearn. So I have Anurag, and I'm yearning for the association, for the Sangha to attain the association. Labhaite Tanka Sangha. To attain his association. This is what I'm Anurakta. This is Anurag. This is what I yearn for. Okay, so Srila Goswami Maharaj gives a definition for Bhukti Mukti Spriha. He says, desire for mundane enjoyment and liberation. In this regard, the following verse from Sri Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1-22 should be mentioned. Okay, so what is Bhukti Mukti? It is Bhukti Mukti Spriha Yavat Pishachi Hridi Vartate Tavar Bhakti Sukhasyatra Katham Abhyudayo Bhavit. So long as the desires for mundane enjoyment and liberation, which are like two witches, remain in the heart, how can the ecstasy of devotion manifest there? And just one point here, it's not saying that bhukti and mukti are witches. It's the spriha, the desire for bhukti and mukti. That's what's being compared to witch. The desires for mundane enjoyment and liberation. So when we have this desire for enjoyment and liberation, then how can the sukha, the happiness of bhakti, take birth there, manifest there? All right. Next verse. Janaka Janani Daita Tanai. Father, mother, beloved. Janaka, father, Janani, mother. Daita, beloved. Tanai, son. Prabhu, Lord. Guru, preceptor, guru. You know the word guru. Pati, husband. Tuhu sarvamoy. So you are everything. You embody, what is it? Sarvamoy. Tuhu, you, sarvamoy. You are everywhere. Like you fill all these roles. Let's see, how does Srila Goswami Maharaj explain it? You are everywhere. That is to say, the deep touch of your connection is all pervading, essentially. In all my relationships, I am relating with you. Yes. You pervade, moy means like, to be full of, you pervade sarva, all of these. Janak, Janani, Daita, Tanai, Prabhu, Guru, Pati. Yes. All right, so now we come to the last verse. Bhaktivinoda kohe shuno kan. Bhaktivinoda kohe says, shuno kan, listen, O Khan. O Radhanath, tuhu, you are hamar, you are my Paran, my very life. Paran can mean life or soul, both life and soul. So, all right, so that's a breakdown of the words of the song. Let's now sing it and we'll end our session for today. Let me open it up. This here. And let me turn off noise suppression. Okay. Where is it? Oh, God, it's so annoying how these Zoom things are all in the way. Okay, Mānasa, Deha, Geha. Mānasa. There. Did I turn off noise suppression? Yes, I did. Okay. Oh, Mānasa, Deha, Geha. Jo kichu more. Do it a little bit higher. Oh, Mānasa, Deha, Geha. Jo kichu मोर अर्पिलो तुआ परे नंद किशोर मानस देह गेहो जो किछु मोर अर्पिलो तुआ परे नंद किशोर संपदे विपदे जीवने मरणे संपदे विपदे जीवने मरणे गाय मम गेला तुआ ओ पदवरणे दाय मम गेला तुआ ओ पदवरणे मार बिरा खोबी जो इच्छा तो हारा मार बिरा खोबी जो इच्छा तो हारा नित्य दास प्रति तुआ अधिकारा नित्य दास प्रति तुआ अधिकारा जन्माओ मोए इच्छा जदि तोर जन्माओ मोए इच्छा जदि ओ भक्त गृहे जानी जन्म हो मोर ओ भक्त गृहे जानी जन्म हो मोर कीट जन्म हो जता तुआ दास कीट जन्म हो जता तुआ दास बहिर्मुख ब्रह्म जाने नाही आशा बहिर्मुख ब्रह्म जाने नाही आशा भुक्ति मुक्ति स्पृहा विहीन जे भक्त भुक्ति मुक्ति स्पृहा विहीन जे भक्त लभैते तांक संगयानुरक्त लभैते तांक संग अनुरक्त जनक जननी दैततनय जनक जननी दैततनय प्रभु गुरुपति तुहु सर्वमोर प्रभु गुरुपति तुहु सर्वमोर भक्ति विनोद सुनो काना राधा नाथ तू हो हमारा पराना ओ राधा नाथ तू हो हमारा पराना भक्ति विनोदा कोहे ओ सुनो कहना भक्ति विनोदा कोहे सुनो कान राधा नाथ तू हो हमारा परान ओ राधा नाथ तू हो हमारा परान ओ मानस देहो गेहो जो किछु मोर अर्पिलो तू अपरे नंद किशोर मानस देहो गेहो जो किछु मोर अर्पिलो तू अपरे नंद किशोर हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे निताई बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल Jai, Shri Sachinandan Gaur Hari Ki Jai, Shri Shri Radha Vinod Bihari Ju Ki Jai, Shri Shri Radha Madhav Ju Ki Jai, Shri Nanda Kishore Radha Nath Ki Jai. Jai Shri Harinam, Jai Srila Gurudev Ki Jai, Jai Srila Param Gurudev Ki Jai, Jai Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Shri Rupanu Gaurya Guru Varga Ki Jai, Jai Srila Satchidananda Bhaktivinoda-Thakur Ki Jai, his Śaraṇāgati Kirtans Ki Jai, Jai Shri his Kalyana Kalpataru Gitavali and Gitamala Ki Jai, Jai Swaparshad Shri Gaur Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai, Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopigan Ki Jai, Shri Giriraj Maharaj Ki Jai, Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrindadevi Ki Jai, Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai, Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai, Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Dandavat pranams. Sorry, yesterday and today I went 9 minutes overtime. Sorry about yeah, sorry about that. So tomorrow is Amavasya. And I have to check in with Srivas, but Srivas mentioned to me that on Amavasyas he would like to do a reading with me, where he can read all the articles that my Gurudev first published in, like all of my Gurudev's articles that he wrote for Gaudiya Patrika and Bhagavat Patrika, beginning from 1949. I think that's the first one, is 1949, is about Ananga Mohan Brahmachari. He gives a report about that, and then from 1950, 1951 onwards, like that. So Srivas translated a lot of those articles, and I think most of them now, by now. And so every Amavasya will go through and read those articles. And they haven't been published yet. Well, actually, no, Srivas just published them on his website. Yeah, but not that many people have seen them. so yeah, we will go through those all together tomorrow. That's our program. Does anybody have anything that they want to mention? Any comments or any questions or anything? Yes,
Yes.
Sarveshwari Mataji. Yep.
Something about the song Mānasa there in the grammars. When he finish in Janma Ovi like that, is conditional time? Is it conditional?
It's called causative. Causative.
Causative.
And also, I mean, in Bengali it'd be. I have never heard that. I mean, that's not a very common word to take birth. But Janmana, that would be in Bengali. It'd be like, I think that would be like Janmano. I think that's how it would be. Janmano. That's how you'd see it in the dictionary. And so that means to take birth, to cause to take birth, to cause to take birth. Yeah. And so, if it's your desire, Icha jadi tor, if it's your desire, moi, for me, Janmaobi, that you want to make me take birth again, then Janma ho mor, hok, may it be, hok, that's a common Bengali word you'll hear, jahok, whatever it may be, it just means, yeah. Yeah, so may it be, let it be, Bhakta Grihe, in the home of your devotee.
Thank you.
No problem. Yeah, so in Bengali and in Hindi also, and I think in Sanskrit, there are normal verbs and causative verbs. So, like, one would say, to learn would be sikna. Like, let's do Hindi. To learn would be sikna, and then to teach would be sikana. To make learn. So there's to learn and to make learn. In other words, to teach. So like in Bengali, you would say, I will learn, you'd say, Ami shikbo. But if you say, I will teach, you would say, Ami shikabo. So it's like almost the same, but one is making. You do. Ami shikbo, Ami shikabo. I will learn, I will teach. I will make learn. Like that. Like you'd say, Ami shunbo, I will listen. Ami shunabo, I will make you listen. I will speak to you, like that. That's causative verbs. Yeah. I will make you hear. All right. Dandavat pranams. Thank you everybody for joining, and I will see you all tomorrow. Hari Bol. Oh wait, and let's see. Okay. Hari Krishna, Rasapriya Didi, Ganga Mataji, and everybody else. Dandavat pranams. Hari Bol. Archana.